The NYPD were caught on camera walking around the Bronx with a robot surveillance dog. And New York lawmakers are not happy. So, as I'll show you here, this is just, again, another example of the amount of money that appears to exist when it comes to policing and all the toys they have, like buying a robot dog now, but lack of funding in education, lack of funding when it comes to public health infrastructure, everything else don't have the funds, but when it comes to policing, they can afford to buy a robot dog. So here it is. This is the thing. FreedomNews.tv broke this story. NYPD Robodog DigiDog deployed for home invasion in the Bronx. It's everything you've seen before. I mean, this is a Boston Dynamics, their dog, their technology. You've seen these things walk around when it comes to, when it comes to them showcasing the technology that they have. And now, who knew? Of course, the police now have one of their own. So, New York Post writing here, a spokeswoman for the NYPD said the 70-pound robot is in its test phase and is equipped with lights and cameras to allow cops to see its surroundings in real time. It also comes with two-way communication, the spokeswoman added. Now, lawmakers saw this and are speaking out. Jamal Bowman here, tweeting out, kids across New York can barely get through remote learning because they don't have sufficient laptops or Wi-Fi, but the police are out here buying literal canine surveillance drones. Y'all are bugging. Aaron Bibba here, a freelance science journalist, tweeting out, never forget that every single time you see a cutesy robot video doing silly things like dancing, it's just PR to distract you from the fact that the development of these things are funded in large part by military and law enforcement. AOC here tweeting out, shout out to everyone who fought against community advocates who demanded these resources go to investments like school counseling instead. Now robotic surveillance ground drones are being deployed for testing on low-income communities of color with under-resourced schools. Going on to say, please ask yourself, when was the last time you saw next-generation world-class technology for education, healthcare, housing, etc., consistently prioritized for underserved communities like this? This is such a great point. The amount of money spent on BS technology for police. Meanwhile, there isn't even the bare minimum when it comes to education or healthcare. There are kids right now that are going hungry. Wouldn't it make a lot more sense to, instead of putting money and resources into police toys, to spend it in these communities where that money, that funding, those resources are needed? But no. Cute little robot dogs that are there to surveil communities of color. Now, this is another adjacent story to this. So Boston Dynamics robot dog is now armed in the name of art. A group of meme-spinning pranksters attached a paintball gun to the dynamic robot to make a point about the automated future. So this is what this group called Mischief did. They attached a paintball gun to this robot dog, and they're doing this to make a point about what these dogs are capable of if, of course, this wasn't just a paintball gun. Daniel Greenberg, a member of Mischief, claims there's a serious side to Spot's rampage, though. Quote, anytime you see a TikTok or a dance, it's like, oh God, Spot is so happy, Greenberg says. But if we actually talk candidly about what it's going to be used for in the real world, you could say it's police. You could say it's the military. Needless to say, Boston Dynamics isn't very happy. The company tweeted on Friday, quote, we condemn the portrayal of our technology in any way that promotes violence, harm, or intimidation. Our mission is to create and deliver surprisingly capable robots that inspire, delight, and positively impact society. This is so ridiculous. Then why are you selling these robot dogs, partially funded by military industrial complex? Why are you selling these robot dogs to the police? If this is the mission to create, to inspire, delight, and positively impact society, why are you selling surveillance robot dogs to the cops? And by the way, this isn't the first time or the first police force to have these. This is back in November 2019, actually, so over a year ago. A Massachusetts police department just became the first in the nation to test a robot dog named Spot. So this has been going on for at least over a year. And you're likely to see more police departments get these robot dogs. Meanwhile, again, lack of funding into education, lack of funding into healthcare, into infrastructure, people going hungry, but there's money to surveil these communities with robots.